system was wait. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Well, I do apologize. Um, about what happened earlier. I'm not entirely sure what exactly happened, but I assumed that the system was already a bit overloaded, and I think that Windows did something um, stupid in the background, and like that froze the system. If Windows does something as stupid as this 6 more times, I will start doing a serious effort into learning to use Linux. But with this and some of the other stuff that I'm seeing about Microsoft, it's pretty much I am done. I am done with Windows. I never really thought I would say that, considering that I had practically used Windows my entire life, but I am done. Okay, excellent. Wonderful. I should probably also like try to clean up my system a little bit. As much as I was ragging on Windows earlier, it is just as likely that some configurations in my own computer were off. Okay, now this did extend a bit further. I did not expect the string to extend this much, but we can sing one song here. Okay, and we can proceed on to the script. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You really make the grade. And the papers want to know who shares you well. Now it's time to leave the kettle if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here and I floating in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Da-dun-dun. Wonderful. Okay, let's start with the script soon. I'm kind of afraid that the computer will hang up again or something. I pretty much expect anything from the PC at this point. Okay, this is InSpoWar. Excellent. We already are with the. Somehow we are already on the thingy. Rocket. Rocketman is also like a really good song. I personally think 4 is not a square. I'm reading the comments here because that one was already taken. Oh, the square symbol is mouth. That's actually quite surprising. But I guess I can see it. Like if someone has their mouth really open, then that will be like the symbol of a square. So 4 is like those squiggly lines. Man, that really takes me back. That reaction video was quite a while ago. I think I even had the old model for that one, right? I'm actually pretty sure that I did have the old model. Thank you so much for the comment, Petra. Thank you so much. I will write a reply. Oh, and I need to also write a response to that person that commented on one of the Auntie and Laylee shorts, because for some reason, um, some of the a very few of the comments tend to be hidden. Por algún motivo, algunos de los comentarios tienden a estar ocultos. No tengo idea de por qué. Disculpas. Okay. So, are we back online? There is nothing at start that's going to happen now? Let me try something new here. I'm going to change the filtering scale to Aria. No, not Aria. Aria is like the not that nice one. Lanxos. I don't know if it looks much better. No estoy seguro si se ve mucho mejor, siendo sinceros. Aparte, quizás no debería de sobrecargar mi CPU tanto. Ok. Oh. Man. Thank you so much for sticking around even though the string kind of cut off a bit there. It really does mean a lot, so thank you so very much. Okay, so 200 to 500 words. Last time we were on the script, we already had a decent enough preparation set up for the invitation. So now I want to make it the way that he convinces the listener to drink the magic drink. we simply have a connecting part in here, and we we're going to turn this one into a comment. And I am actually a bit more unsure of this one, so I'm going to make it into a sort of reddish because I don't really have a lot of confidence in this line. No, please, I not upset at all. Yes, he is upset. He is upset. By the way, how many words is this? 2,300 words so far. So, our goal is to get to 2,500 or 2,700. And here in this line, but I'm not super sure what exactly. Okay, I know that there has to be some kind of hotkey for me to instantaneously apply color formatting to text. I know that there has to be. Sorry, my bad. My apologies. My apologies. I forgot to add a jazz track. Sorry about that. By the way, actually, let's remove the jazz track. We use jazz track way too much. I want to use something a different track. Let's go to sites and let's go to streams, tracks. We can use this one. For the time being. I'm gonna place an ad on YouTube, on Twitch. Marvelous.
The different
And now let us continue with it. I want this part to feel but to later have a more natural transition as to how he convinces. I guess this is kind of good enough for the time being. I am not super convinced about this transition, for example, where he like presents the gift, the drink as a gift or an apology for the invitation. But it is something that feels subtle enough and like clever, quote unquote clever enough to give off the tone that I want to give for this one. Although, one thing that would worry me a little bit about it, and I do think that this is a part that will make it pretty unrealistic. I don't really think that most girls will actually accept a mysterious drink or a drink that a friend just made after a weird question like that. I am pretty sure that girls wouldn't really accept a drink that has who knows what. Volvimos del más allá. Bienvenida, Penita, bienvenida. Gracias por volver. Muchas gracias por volver. Debo decir, después de que un amigo le invita a su amiga a un baile en la noche o algo por el estilo, no creo que una señorita acepte una bebida de un amigo que con ingredientes misteriosos. Creo que eso automáticamente activaría las defensas o las sospechas de... Oye, ¿acaso este chico envenenó mi bebida? ¿La bebida? ¿Por qué quiere que la beba? Sospechoso. Entonces no lo sé. Creo que esta parte de... Disculpa, amiga. Sí quiero disculparme contigo por la pregunta inusual de hace un momento. Sabes, acabo de preparar esta bebida y quería regalártela como disculpa. Volví para recuperar mi corazón que tú me robaste. 7 de 10, 7 de 10. Ese está bueno, ese piropo está bueno. I came back to recover that heart of mine that you stole. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. That one was good. Might accept but won't drink it. At least not immediately. That's the best approach. That is the best approach because it is also very important or very helpful to not be perceived as confrontational because some guys really don't react well to that, unfortunately. Quizás acepte la bebida, pero no me la bebería. Por lo menos no inmediatamente o en ese mismo lugar. Esa es ciertamente una muy buena idea, ya que también hay algunos chicos que no reaccionan bien si es que sienten que la chica es incortés, desafortunadamente. Some guys are crazy. I never really ever talk about this on stream, but sometimes it is a bit difficult for me to relate a lot with a lot of guys. And a lot of men in the more general sense. Um, because to be honest, the experiences that I had with most men online that I had seen, that I had like talked to one on one, were generally positive. But seeing men in a more general sense, like the kind of things that many men say, or the kind of things, the kind of ways that many men act, like they scare me, to be entirely honest. Some of them like act or think in ways that are like so incredibly alien to me, and I guess I don't need to mince words here, right? In so many ways that are um, rather depowering the meaning and more than a little misogynistic to me, that it's very difficult for me to relate to a lot of guys, to be entirely honest. So sometimes I do see them as a bit of an alien species. I'm painting on a very broad general structure, but yeah. ¿Saben? Aunque he tenido generalmente buenas experiencias interactuando con hombres de forma individual, con amigos, etc. Aunque debo decir que yo nunca he tenido muchos amigos en mi vida. A veces cuando veo el comportamiento de muchos hombres online, y digo hombres en el sentido más general, o ver las formas que hablan sobre mujeres o sobre cosas en general, francamente, o la forma que actúan, hay muchas veces en las que yo veo a los hombres como casi como una especie de alienígena, casi como un grupo de alienígenas, ya que su manera de pensar y actuar es tan extraña, y supongo que no necesito menguar palabras aquí. Algunas de sus actitudes son tan increíblemente misoginistas que para mí es muy difícil poder tener mucha, no sé si simpatía sería la palabra correcta, pero los veo realmente como un grupo de alienígenas a veces. Hay veces que el comportamiento de muchos hombres genuinamente me son extraños, bizarros. Okay. 7 de 10. Pero si te digo que vayamos a ver melones. ¿Melones? ¿Dónde? 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 ¿Dónde hay melones? A mí me gustan más los duraznos. Prefiero lamer duraznos. Pero, oh my God. Pero los melones también me encantan. ¿7 out of 10? Oh. But what about if I told you for the two of us to go and watch some melons? Melons? Where? Melons where? Melons where? Honestly, I'm more of a fan of peaches. I prefer to lick peaches. But I love melons too. I love melons too. El durazno dijiste. Hablando más de forma más seria, like talking more unironically. Reminder that you're awesome. Recordatorio que eres genial. I do like peaches. I actually do like peaches a lot. More like peach juice. I don't really ever eat like the peaches themselves. I don't really eat the fruit itself. But peach juice, jugo de durazno, I love it. My favorite by far. Especially if it's like creamy with milk. Sorry. Simply delicious. Simply perfect. El jugo de durazno a mí personalmente me encanta. I love orange peaches. Especialmente si es uno más cremoso con leche. Perfecto. Es perfección. Me encanta el jugo de durazno. Banana juice? Do you Michi like banana juice? For me it is good. It can be good. But it can be a bit too tight. It can be a bit too thick. it can be a bit like too thick, too creamy, like too heavy. It feels too heavy on the stomach, right? A bit too filling. Jugo de banana es delicioso también, pero se siente como un poco muy engorroso, ¿verdad? Es como que te llena demasiado el estómago. Cae muy pesado en el estómago. Entonces, es bueno para ciertas ocasiones el jugo de banana. Y ya te recuerdo que de pronto serías mi futuro novio. ¡Ya! No, ¡ya! Me haces sonrojar, panita. Me estoy sonrojando, sí. Vaya, realmente estoy sonrojando. Ok. Yo prefiero de banana. I prefer banana. I can see that. Because honestly, banana juice can be quite delicious. Banana juice can be really good. Okay. I just happened to make this drink earlier. And I want you to have it. Not your cheeky giggles. A secret Falco cocktail. No quiero arriesgar a que el decirte los ingredientes cambie tu percepción de I want to have your unfiltered thoughts on the flavor or unaffected. I don't want to read your perception by what you know the ingredients to be. We want to make sure the balance of flavors is good. Oh, I just found out orange rock melon, cantaloupe, it's not just orange honeydew. Acabo de descubrir que un melón de roca es más o menos lo que traduciría al español, cantaloupe. Let's actually, who would you say a cantaloupe in Google Translate? Let's check it out. No es simplemente un orange honeydew. Un cantalupo. Un cantalupo. Is a cantaloupe a fruit or a vegetable? Because from the photos that I'm seeing, it kinda looks like a pumpkin. But I get the feeling that it's a sweet thing, right? I am pretty sure a cantaloupe is like a fruit, it's like a sweet fruit. But I never tried a cantaloupe. A sweet aromatic muskmelon with a net skin and juicy orange flesh. Alright, yeah. It's some kind of fruit. Es una clase de fruta. Cantaloupe. Ben 10. Canta el intro. ¿Cuál es el intro, la introducción de Ben 10? I need to write a little bit more here. Hola, dulzura. Dulzura. No sonó. Tendría que haber sonado. Sonó para mí. El olor a dulzura sonó para mí. Denme un momento. Tengo que... I must go to an idol meeting, sorry. I go back. Be right back. Debo ir al sanitario un momento. Estaré de vuelta. Estoy de vuelta. ¿Se portaron bien mientras yo no estaba? Were you behaving while I wasn't around? Let me catch up on chat here a little bit. It's a fruit to me. Es una fruta para mí. I see, I see. It's sweet and yummy. Es dulce y delicioso. I will confess, from the photos that I saw, I had the feeling that the texture of the fruit, I wasn't going to be a big fan because, like, if it is chewy, like, kind of like an apple, that will not be too bad if it was fleshy in the same way like an apple is. But if it is a bit too chewy, fleshy, I will confess it is not something that I am too used to. It does look pretty melon-like. But I don't think I ever tried a cantaloupe. I'm not sure that it's very common in here actually in Latin America. Debo confesar, dependiendo de la textura de la fruta, no estoy seguro si estaría acostumbrado a comer una fruta como esa. Porque si es masticable como o dura como la manzana, por ejemplo, eso no está tan mal. Pero si es un tanto más dura, confieso que no estoy acostumbrado a comer una fruta de ese tipo. De hecho, no estoy seguro si es que los cantalupos son algo común en Latinoamérica. Now we set up the scene here. Panista, ¿probaste el dulce de leche? Friend, have you ever tried... ¿Cómo traduciríamos dulce de leche al español, de hecho? Al inglés. Are you caramel sauce? Okay, I'm a little bit curious. So for the English speaking Amici, do you know what dulce de leche is? Or apparently in English it is called caramel sauce, which is super funny. I never imagined it being called like that. I never imagined they would call it that in English. But yeah, I think it is caramels. I think it is dulce de leche. What? Oh, this is a caramel sauce. The recipe was made by Gordon Ramsay. Castor sugar, double cream, butter. It's not quite... I'm not sure if it's exactly the same as dulce de leche, but it is pretty close. What the heck? Okay, but so English speaking Amici, have you ever tried caramel sauce? It is not exactly very healthy, but it is so good. It is so delicious. It is sweet. It is very, very, very. It is very sweet. Really, really, really sweet. ¿Has probado dulce de leche? Unas cuantas veces. He probado el dulce de leche unas cuantas veces, pero trato de no hacer un gran hábito por el de comer algo con tanto azúcar. I try not to make it an habit to consume something that has so much sugar. Right? That combined with the fact that my mother also tends to take care a lot of her health makes it so that it just isn't a common thing for either of us to buy stuff that is like kind of unhealthy like that, I guess we could say. El hecho que yo suelo evitar comidas con mucho azúcar. Un momento. Sumado al hecho de que mi madre también come de una forma bastante saludable, hace que simplemente para nosotros no es un hábito comprar o tener cosas como dulce de leche o mermelada con azúcar en la casa, en el hogar. I guess it could be said that in my household, in my residence, we tend to eat like stuff with not so much low in fat, but mostly no sugar or mostly low sugar stuff. We kind of like try to eat somewhat healthy, which is a bit difficult nowadays, but it's nowhere near as difficult in terms of price, I think, as people think. At least in Latin America, because from what I understand, like vegetables or more natural foods are more expensive in other countries. ¡Viva el dulce de leche! ¡Viva el dulce de leche! ¡Viva! ¡Viva! Dulce de leche con banana? Caramel sauce with banana? Wow, we had a banana here actually. De hecho, tenemos un poco de banana aquí. Tenemos un poco de banana en mi manga derecha. ¿Quieren un poco de banana? Sí, de banana. He probado un poco de dulce de leche con banana, pero hace años, hace mucho tiempo. I actually tried a bit of caramel sauce with banana, but many years ago, like a long time ago. I'm not even sure. Yeah, there is actually a good chance that I was even smaller than my model the last time that I ate caramel sauce with banana. Okay. Me quedaré pensando en ese comentario cuando esté en la noche. Cuando esté intentando dormir, estaré mirando al techo, intentando dormir, cantando. Una oveja, 2 ovejas, 3 ovejas. Me encantaría comer tu banana. 4 ovejas, 5 ovejas, 6 ovejas, 7 ovejas. Me encantaría comer tu banana. 8 ovejas, 9 ovejas. Okay. In order to protect the dignity of our Spanish speakers, I will not translate the Spanish word. I will not translate the Spanish message. I wonder, does that make you even more curious as to what was said in Spanish? I wonder. Ok, that line en translating. En translating también. Esa línea sí la traduciré. ¿Piensas en mí por las noches? Oh, sospechosa. What? You're thinking on me? You're thinking about me at night? Well, that's suspicious. Sorry, I'm getting too distracted. Me estoy distrayendo mucho. But what will the speaker character say? And it'll go bad if someone. And it'll go bad if someone. This will be a good stand, I think. This will be okay for now. Oh. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean that the rate is low? ¿Qué hago en tus pensamientos? Bailando la samba. Para bailar la samba hace falta un poquito de gracia. Why? This is incorrect. Why is the 13,500? Okay, let's see if changing the bitrate amount here helps. That is so strange. That is really strange that even though I am sending bitrate about 9 megabits per second, YouTube keeps saying that I'm using a different bitrate amount. ¿Qué pacho? ¿Qué pacho? YouTube dice que está recibiendo una cantidad de bitrate distinta a la cantidad de bitrate que estoy enviando, cosa que no debería ser el caso. YouTube debería recibir exactamente la cantidad de bitrate que estoy emitiendo al servidor. No me explico por qué esto es así. Ok. Tira polvo de hadas. Muchas gracias. Lo aprecio bastante. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Okay. So now it's saying that there's a lesser amount. I had never seen this before. Uh-huh. I will try and figure that out later. Let's continue. No, sorry. Chloroform drink is a bit too much dark humor. Go. Before she realized it. Eventualmente... espera. Beber solo un sorbo de la bebida no estaría demasiado mal, ¿verdad? Me costó un tanto de efectivo preparar todos los ingredientes para esta bebida. Y solamente la bebida solo estará bien para esta noche. Así que si es que tú no bebes esta bebida, no tendré nadie quien pueda probar y decirme qué tal me salió. Eres la única persona que puede decirme si salió bien o no tan bien, así que podrías, por favor... Eventualmente la oyente acepta. Oh, ella ha bebido su bebida mágica. El sabor es tan bueno, porque él de hecho es un buen preparador de bebidas, que ella no podía tomar solamente un sorbo. Y antes de que ella se dé cuenta, ella ha bebido la mitad de la copa. Oh, right, actually, there is one thing that I want to add in this line here in the comments. just before I forgot. Hmm. Solo un momento. The steps towards the camera or something. Super. Wonderful. Okay, my apologies that I don't translate this part right now. Disculpa que no estoy traduciendo esta parte ahora mismo. Admittedly, I am getting a teensy bit tired. Confieso que me estoy empezando a dormir un chiquitito. But who do I want to do this part? Like, what will encourage listener to keep drinking? ¿Qué animaría al oyente para seguir viviendo? Por favor, está bien. Me encanta que te haya gustado tanto la bebida hasta ahora. El perfil de sabores es distinto en el fondo, ¿sabes? Tiene una base de dulzura para cortar el sabor fuerte en la parte superior de la bebida. ¿Usando un tono seductor o algo así? Would you like to try? I don't think that he should call her a sweetheart at this point because I don't really feeling that, but I'm gonna leave that for the time being. No creo que él debería llamarla dulzura en este punto. No es el ritmo que quiero dar, pero de momento esto servirá bien. Comforting. Ah, por cierto, en la parte alguien comentó en los comentarios, se durmió. By the way, someone was like talking, saying in the comments, oh no, he fell asleep. Sometimes I do that when I get really into writing something. And you probably noticed also that in this paragraph, like I had a lot of typos because I wanted to just like rush through, like wanting to turn image qualia to words as fast as I could. And I can polish this up later. Hay veces que hago eso cuando realmente me concentro, realmente tengo algo de como mi pollo, realmente tengo algo de inspiración para repentinamente poner muchas imágenes o muchas ideas en forma de palabras. Quizás notarás también que hay varias palabras en lugar de decir puerta, escribo perta o algo así. Varios errores, pequeños errores ortográficos. Am, Cuando siento una inspiración muy rápida o muy grande, simplemente dejo escapar esos errores ortográficos para no ralentizar mi inspiración demasiado. So, how do I want this scene to feel now? And thank you for the headpad, Miss Petra. Thank you, thank you. Hmm. And let me try something here. Milagros. Milagros. Hola, panita. Hola. Miss Petra, sorry for what I'm about to suggest. Petra. Petra. Hello, Miss Petra. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Petra. Petra. Okay. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, that's enough of that. Let us continue. Espera. Espera.
Ay, papiro, mírame.
And Miss Petra is also like, hmm, what? What? Miss Petra, Miss Petra is like, what? I'm sorry. What does that mean? Why is the cute anime boy? Why is the cute in quotes? Why is the cute anime voice saying my voice like all softly? What is going on here? Terrible. That is not the fan service that I should be giving. Hmm. Sometimes I really do wonder, what are the ways that different fans engage um, with VTubers or the VTubers that they like. I actually had seen um, a few fans, not necessarily fans like Amichis, but fans of male VTubers in general or in other spaces, saying reading between the lines, saying that they thought of their favorite VTubers or the favorite male VTubers as like a sort of a cute pet, or of a sort of like almost like a sort of, I don't want to say fictional husband in the sense of like having a relationship with them exactly, but more in the sense of having a dynamic that they can fully control and engage within the measure of what they're most within the measure of what they are most comfortable with. Specifically, what one of the things that they prefer the most, that they enjoy the most, is that engaging with a cute anime boy or whatever is in many ways fundamentally different from from interacting with a guy, with a man, and on a certain level also different from interacting with a male idol. I will confess, I do apologize a little bit. I completely lost the thread of thought in this part. I I knew that I was going to a specific point with that, but I kind of lost it, unfortunately. So apologies for that. But essentially, that there were many fans of my VTubers want to see or want to have the dynamic with the entertainer as something that is more kind of a more of a cute pet, or more in a sense of dance monkey dance, if someone wants to think it that way, rather than something that will be shippable or any of that Yumiyoshi Fuyoshi stuff and all that. Which it stands quite to reason, considering that many different people come to an entertainer for many different things. In fact, I do think that is a dynamic that you can see within the male fandom as well, as it relates to female VTubers. When guys come to watch a female VTuber, part of what they do, part of why they do it, sorry, is to interact with someone that is playing a character, with someone that tries to play into a certain role, rather than someone that interacting with a real woman being like a 3D woman, essentially. And I think that's perfectly okay. That's something that makes sense. Yeah, I am really sleep. I am really sleepy. I'm sorry. Baila. Tan, ta, tan, ta, tan, ta, tan, ta, tan, ta, tan. Punchi, 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 punchi. Hora del baile, hora del baile. By the way, we need to play some music here. We are close to completing the stream, by the way. Nos estamos acercando a la conclusión de la transmisión, por cierto. Mm. Mm. Okay. Hmm. Reminder that you're awesome. Recordatorio que eres genial. Nah. That is a bit too much. Excellent. So technically everything from the start down to entering nighttime is completed. I must say, I did not think that this script was going to be so long. I had the impression it's going to be like 3,000 to 5,000 words. And that is something. But, yeah. Otsukare. Thank you. Arigato. Arigato, arigato gozaimasu. After a while, this part. We are living it in this part. We are going to enter a bit of a satsu, and I'm going to read in Spanish and then we enter the satsu. Empezamos en español y luego allí entro al satsu. I don't know. I watch VTubers to listen to procrastinate, right? Procrastinate focus while I work. Well, that's good. That's good too. So VTubers are your inspiration. That's nice. My apologies. I'm checking something in the background here. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, we had like a few minutes to check. Wonderful. But I do imagine that the boss comes in like, hey, I'm the boss. Are you people working, or are you people watching VTubers, huh? And then Miss Petra is like, oh no, it's the boss. Quick, Alconis, hide, a boss chewed me out for checking something not work related. Once I was like, and it was something to practice too, and I asked the assistant manager if I could check that program, and he gave me permission. And then the main manager yelled at me for that. Not yell at me, but etc. That was not nice. Or maybe Miss Petra's boss is a cool guy. Maybe he's cool like no. Maybe he's cool like this. Hey, are you guys working, or are you checking VTubers? If I like Yoroshi, I forgive you. But if I don't like Yoroshi, no, good. No, tell me, Miss Petra, is Marine Yoroshi? Because Marine is very cool. But that Alcanis is not cool. Well, I mean, certainly a coolness competition, but with me and Miss Marine, that is not competition. I will lose. I will certainly lose. You know, supposedly Miss Marine is one of the VTubers in Hololive that has by far the biggest female audience. Like something like 30% of her audience are actually women. Which I do think it makes sense, because I do think that for a lot of women, Marine can be actually like really relatable, and it doesn't often come off in the more Java clips. But Miss Marine does have a lot of life wisdom. She genuinely has a lot of insight and wisdom in many of her satsus. That, along with her vulnerability, do make her someone that's very relatable. So I do imagine that a lot of girls see her as a guiding other sister kinda deal. And of course, as an artist, she is amazing, like genuinely amazing. She's one of my inspirations, to be honest. Se nos murió. Pobre, no. Yeah, my boss is okay. My boss is okay with me watching videos while I work, as long as work is done on time. That's super cool. It really is amazing to have a work environment that, like, it gives you a comfortable situation and environment where they say, oh, okay, yeah, as long as the people get the results done, then I don't want to get too into their case. I don't want to micromanage what they're doing or anything like that. The job that I had, eventually we moved to a different department where management was way more hands-off. Management was the same, but where we were not as directly observed. So I could also just listen to a VTuber while I was working or something like that, as long as everything was being done correctly. And that was so much nicer. Like, it almost didn't even feel like work, to be entirely honest, when I was in that department. It was really great. So I am super happy that you also have the fortune of having such a comfortable job environment, and I am sure that is also the result of you being such a good and such a diligent worker, that they know that they can trust you to deliver the results that are necessary for the company. I am sure that your manager holds you in really great esteem, Miss Petra. So congrats for that honor. Well, it makes sense, right? Because you deliver some solid work. Get it? Solid, like a rock. Solid like a stone. I am so funny. Soy tan gracioso. I am like so funny, dude. Panita, ya me voy a dormir. Está bien, la transmisión está por terminar en unos minutos de todas formas. Adiós, Panita. Descansa, ¿sí? Descansaré. Tú también descansa, Panita. Que tengas dulces sueños. Estaré pensando en todas las dulces palabras de hoy. Ciertamente estaré pensando en todas las palabras de hoy. Friend, I'm going to sleep already. Alright, wonderful. Have a wonderful sleep, Amici. Have a wonderful sleep, friend. Thank you so very much for stopping by. Thank you. And I do think that I am going to start to wrap it out too. Hi, I knew it was coming. You know what? I need to add some kind of animation where I had like some stone falling down or something like that. Or something that counts the amount of stone pans. That would actually be pretty cool to do. I need to have like a little notepad where I annotate those silly little ideas. Okay, so this week it is very likely that this is the only stream that we have this week, but next week there will be 2 streams. Additionally, esta semana seguramente esta será la única transmisión de esta semana. La próxima semana habrán 2 transmisiones. And I do apologize that today's stream was a co-working stream again. I felt that I didn't do enough work in the previous one and I wanted to get the co-working stream right. Pido disculpas que la transmisión de la otra vez fue también una transmisión de coworking, de cotrabajo, y esta transmisión también fue coworking y cotrabajo. Sentí que la transmisión anterior no salió tan bien y quería asegurarme de que pueda salir bien, por lo menos una vez. And I feel that we got some stuff done. Siento que sí, logramos completar algunas tareas. Alright. Thank you so much to everyone that stopped by today. Muchas gracias a todas las personas que vinieron el día de hoy. Thank you to Tomia. Thank you to Suki. Thank you to Shark764. Thank you for the follow. Thank you to Off and Sphere. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was really nice. It was really really amazing, really cool to be able to talk about agencies and about like not choose your own story, but like multiple choice sound audio chapters, audio series. It was like a really fun thing. So thank you so very much for that. Gracias a Milagros Dorado, penita número 1, friend number 1. Thank you to Petra Jan. Thank you, Miss Petra. Alright, I think that should be everyone. Questo è stato Alcanis di Buonarroti e vi devo chi vuole regalare a tutti gli amici molto felice. See you next weekend, sure. I'm going to be recording some of stream stuff to give you even some more wonderful things. Don't worry. I'm gonna be using this time. When I am not doing a lot of streams in the week, I am likely doing like off-stream recordings or recording audios, editing videos, etc. But I will talk about that later. Cuando no estoy haciendo tantas transmisiones en una semana, generalmente estoy haciendo grabaciones no en directo, no en vivo, o editando videos o audios o cosas como esas. Pero hablaré de eso en otro momento. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. It really means a lot. Gracias por la transmisión. Gracias a ustedes por venir aquí. Realmente significa mucho. Muchas gracias. Ok, see you next weekend, sure. Nos vemos la próxima semana seguramente. Alright, adopo Michi. Adopo. Adopo, 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 adopo. Love ya. Los amo. Li amo. Liami. Adopo.